Hello and welcome. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we are going to be recapping week 4 of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting things that we got this week. I mean, there's obviously a lot to talk about with Amber's stories. As amazing and as incredible as they are, I want to talk about different ones. Of course, we're going to read the chat, see what you guys want to talk about. I could probably go all day with this kind of stuff. Just the different stories that Amber told and the inconsistencies, the adding stories. You know, I've really liked the idea. I think I heard it on, I don't know who it was on Nick Rekieta's live stream of talking about the lore, but I'm taking that and running with it. The lore of, or the canon. She has an established canon, and then she has, kind of additional things she likes to throw in there. It's great. Adrian, hello. Where is Ben the dog? See, that's Nana. That's her name. She's somewhere else. Hello. I can't speak English. Hello, Ozzy Can. What's up? Ben the dog is a girl dog. Yes. Boy, I mean, I can't wait for Camille to get up there and take her down, take Amber down. Obviously, there could be subliminal things going on there with her obviously being kind of close to Johnny. Obviously, I think she's the most ready to go in terms of taking out Amber. She's been with Johnny the longest. Obviously, they talk to each other. They were sitting right next to each other. Also, from a standpoint of it probably looks bad. Now, I know they've had opposite genders, like, question and stuff, but it probably looks bad. Like if Ben Chu were to get up there and just tear Amber a new one, make her cry, make her flip, it maybe looks bad because it's like a male on female. You probably want female to female, and that way there's no holding back. Like Camille can go into the bottle story, let's say. She can go into that, and it won't be as uncomfortable as if Ben went in on it. So I think they got it all locked up there. It's gonna beat her ass for real. She is. It's gonna be quite something. I mean, again, when you have established lore and then you add new lore to it, you open yourself up immediately to inconsistencies. And well, why is this the first time that we've heard this story? I think somebody put it together on Twitter pretty well of like the picture of the two bottles on like the desk. I'm pretty sure that was a new picture presented by Ben King. Remember, he was the British guy who's like the estate manager or whatever, and he just submitted that like a few weeks ago. And Amber said, was it the same picture? Amber said, remember, she said, as crazy as it sounds or whatever, like, I haven't seen this picture until 2 days ago. It's like, what are you talking about? So like that's not a good line to say. Obviously, when she brought up, who did she bring up that Ben Chu was like this to? Like she made a lot of mistakes, and the injuries that she talked about to her private area, him punching her in the back of the head repeatedly. I mean, there's just so many different attacks, literal near-death attacks that she claims, and then she takes pictures of him when he's passed out sleeping, but she doesn't take pictures of her horrific injuries or the robe that he ripped off of her and then ripped to like shreds. Did you take a picture of that robe, or do you only take pictures of him while he's sleeping? Because it doesn't make any sense. Why is the court on pause for a week? I think the judge is basically going on like a conference thing, like a convention for judges. I think that's what it is. It's like a thing that was already set up. So we knew this going in. The thing I didn't know is how much longer because this was week 4. I thought people were not sure if it was 5 or 6 weeks long. And I'm talking about like Deadline, Variety, like ones that, now those are frauds too, but the ones that you would expect to go to that would know what they're talking about with this court case, they all were echoing the same thing where it's like, well, we think we're hearing it's 5 weeks. We don't really know. And the answer is no, it's 6. It's not this upcoming week, but it's the week after and then the following week. And that Friday is, and by the way, and this was something that was a curveball thrown to me for the next 2 weeks. Well, number one, that Friday they're on. Instead of normally Fridays they're off, they're on. Secondly, they're starting an hour earlier every single day. So now instead of 10 a.m. Eastern, It's 9. Now, the issue for me is that's 7 o'clock my time. It was 8 o'clock. Now it's 7. I don't wake up till 7:35, 7:36. So I'm going to miss the first like 40 minutes of each and every day. That sucks. So maybe, I don't know. I don't want to wake up earlier, but maybe I'll just catch up. I'll wake up, drag it to the beginning of Nick's stream, and then watch it from there. Catch up over like the break and the lunch, or the recess and the lunch break. I don't know, but I'm not a fan of them increasing the amount of time by an hour. And I also don't know, because I'm not into court stuff, when you do closing arguments, the closing arguments are that Friday. Does the verdict get given that, does that happen the Friday, or does that happen the week after? Because the Monday is Memorial Day, and they wouldn't have court anyway. So do we get the verdict that Friday, or do we have to wait till May 31st, that Tuesday, for the verdict? I don't know if anybody knows more than me. You can let me know in the comments. How do you think this will end? Hopefully he wins. I don't think he'll win the money. I think he'll win the just the idea that she's a liar. So the defamation without basically the reward of $50 million, I guess what I'm saying. Did you see Amber jumped because Johnny was walking? Yes, I did. My wife showed me that. I watched it when they were leaving and all that stuff, and I guess wasn't paying attention. But yeah, that was great acting. She's so scared that he's walking in her general direction, although people pointed out they did it during the lunch. And the lunch break, they were even closer to each other. And the lunch break, he didn't even look at her. She looked at him. She like eyed him down. He never even looked at her. So I think yesterday leaving the court was like the first time he's ever even looked at her. You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy. I'm so ready to see a cross-examination that's actually based on evidence. Yes. Believe me. Yeah, trust me, bro. You have to back it up. I mean, look, nobody is saying that these stories aren't horrific. You know what I mean? Or if they're true, nobody would be saying that Johnny Depp is a good person. I mean, these are horrific, awful stories. The issue is some of these stories literally involve people. And why is the flight attendant for that Russia plane that he grabbed her arm, bent it, slammed it on the armrest, and said, I could break your wrist if I wanted to, and then she got scared and ran to the front of the plane with the co-pilot, and she took illegal drugs because he like forced it on her. Is she a witness? The answer is no. Why is she not a witness? That would be the question. Why is she not a witness? Because if she was a witness, then that would be very bad for him. You know what I mean? But she's not. And you want to know why? Because that's new lore that was added in on the spot. That didn't actually happen. And I don't know. And again, I'm learning these legal things as we go along, as much as just an average viewer can. But I don't know how you bring that up. You know what I mean? Like, can you say, well, like, I don't know. How do you basically say, well, why don't you have any people that can back you up? Where is the flight attendant? Where is the pilot? What, you know what I mean? Like, that was a new story, Amber. You've never told that story before. That kind of stuff I think they can bring up, is they can say, well, you know, this bottle incident, you never brought it up. Like in the UK trial, you didn't bring it up. And you're now just bringing it up. So why did you just remember it? Or again, like you probably have to do leading questions if you're Johnny's side, right? So you would say, you just made it up, last week, didn't you, Amber? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah, I saw Ben Chu on multiple instances during her testimony, smiling and taking notes. Yeah, they're. I mean, he's got like 8 or 9 people, right? They are listening to every word. Also, I honestly look at it as good for them, because it's like, yeah, you know, these horrible stories of hers is the last stuff on everybody's mind. But with that being said, they can watch all the tape they want. When you're lying as much as Amber is, you're gonna mess up somewhere. I mean, and she messed up multiple times. But how are you going to keep that story straight from Thursday to the Monday? You know what I mean? For like a 10-day break. How are you going to do that? And meanwhile, on his side, he's got all these people looking at it. They can form all these different questions and try and catch her on everything that she said. And they have notes, and she doesn't have that advantage. She can't take notes. She can't bring notes up to the stand, right? So, I mean, they have the upper hand here in terms of they're going to be able to just look through every single word. They're probably going to watch. And how long was she on the stand for? Probably like 10 hours. They're going to be able to watch those 10 hours like as many times as they want, 10, 15, 20 times, and just take notes. Every single story. What can we break from this? And you just nail her. Every single one. Now, I actually made a video that'll go up on Sunday where I talk about how I don't even think you need to get her on every one. I think for somebody that's that big of a liar, you just need to poke a hole in one story and the rest completely falls apart. You know what I mean? Because if you're told, oh, she cut his finger off, then nothing she says is going to work. Now, that could have already happened. The jury could already be listening to these stories and said, no, remember when she cut his finger off? So I don't believe anything she's saying. Hopefully that happened. But if it didn't happen, and that's fine, all you need to do is poke a hole in one of those stories of her. Oh, why didn't you get an exam for your downstairs after the bottle was shoved? Like, that's a pretty serious injury, don't you think, Amber? Did you go to the doctors for that, Amber? No. Why? Well, because I was protecting him. Yeah, but that's a serious injury. You would need a doctor to fix that injury, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? And it's like, it's so easy. It's so easy. Do you think they'll bring up Kate if that's possible? Yes, Kate. Kate, what's her name? Why can't I think of her name? Was it Kate Moss? What's her name? Yeah, when she brought up that, and yeah, I think you can bring that up. People are saying it. Yeah, 9 a.m. I like waking up early. I don't. I am a morning person in the way that I can wake up early and function fine. I just don't like waking up early. Think Amber Heard's movie career acting is over with after? Yes, I think it's over. I think she's done. I truly believe when this court case is over, on it, maybe win or lose, Warner Bros. Is going to announce that she's recast or that they're going to recast her. I want to believe that, so that's a biasness, and I admit it. It's a bias, but I really think that makes sense. You know what I mean? If she's really only in it for 10 minutes and the movie was delayed, what's it going to harm? Delay it again one more time, find somebody to take her role. Emilia Clarke would be nice. Film 10 minutes of the 10 minutes does not mean 10 minutes of filming. It means, it would be substantial, but film it. Film it, and then you know what? I'll watch it. It's like all these people that aren't going to watch Aquaman 2, and trust me, there's a lot of them. I will gladly, if you do that, if you fire her and you replace her and maybe you issue an apology, I would really like the apology. Again, like there's nothing you can do for Grindelwald. You screwed yourselves massively, but you can make up in Aquaman. You can. You still have a path that you can take. So that's what I want. And there's no way she's going to get jobs after this. No way. She'll get jobs from like indie things, feminists, people like that want to push. Oh, she's still the victim. I mean, yeah, nobody likes her and nobody believes her, but she's definitely the victim here because men are evil. So we're going to hire her for this small little indie film. Nobody's going to see it. It won't make money, but at least we'll get like clicks online. Like Deadline will get clicks on us, but that's it. And that's what I think her future holds after this, to be honest with you. Doctor Strange 2, yeah, Doctor Strange was quite a movie. I did a review of Doctor Strange 2 on my second channel if you guys want to check that out. I think she is still madly in love with him. I go back and forth. Like, I believe she loved, but it's tough because she's like evil. So, like, how much of it was her using him versus loving him? Did she ever love him? I think the answer is yes. Did they ever love each other? The answer is yes. Did he love her? Absolutely. Does he now? No. Did she love him? The answer is probably yes, but I don't think it was the whole relationship. And that, who am I to say? You know what I mean? I'm not part of we know a lot about their relationship, more than you'd like to know about anybody's relationship, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a retcon for what? Aquaman? I have to look back at your thing. Oh, it's a retcon. Oh, yeah, the lore. Yeah, she's got lore. She's got established canon, and then she retcons it. Like every couple years or every couple months, she retcons it and adds a new book. Adds a new thing. It's from a different writer. They don't necessarily know the source material all that well, so they make a couple mistakes to the established lore. Everybody kind of just hopes you don't see it, and that's it. And that is what's happened there. The flight attendant, the girl at the trailer park, all the people who allegedly saw JD abuse her, the photo she talked about and wouldn't show. Yes, yeah, exactly. Flight attendant, where is she? The person at the camp, can you tell us their name? Because you can't. You don't know their name. You said that. So you don't even know their name. Well, how do we know it happened then? You know what I mean? We already talked to, and that's another thing, like some of these stories, you can say that. Other stories, You have to just say, well, I don't know how you say this. Well, we talked to these people. Like, we talked to the people on the Boston plane, and you lied. He didn't kick you. Like you're just contradicting 2 to 3 other people's testimonies, right? You had that, who was he? The sound engineer. Was it him? The sound engineer for Pirates, who was like his friend. He was on the plane. At least one of the bodyguards was on the plane, or security staff, and Johnny. So at least 3 people said that it didn't happen, and then Amber said that it did. Well, but we already heard from 3 others, at least. Maybe I'm missing some. Maybe it's 4. I don't remember. I don't remember everybody they talked to, believe it or not. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you already are contradicted because there's too many. Or the story of, it wasn't Malcolm. It was the guy after him, the guy who's got the really long white beard, when he said, like, you stopped him after Johnny punched, or remember he said, like, he stepped in between Johnny and Amber, and they were talking about Whitney, like, where was Whitney, and he said he didn't know, and he said, so you don't know if Whitney was in between them then? And he said, no, that's not how it works. I don't know where Whitney was in the room, but I know where she wasn't because I was in between them, so she wasn't in between them. And that's another story. Amber told the exact opposite. And we already heard Johnny and that guy, I don't remember his name, tell the opposite. It's like, again, if you're the jury, well, I guess you either believe all women or you don't, or you listen to the evidence. So we'll see. I think you just asked, did you inform the police about the assault on the plane? Did anyone inform the police? Yes. Why I know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, did Johnny get in trouble for the Russia plane when you landed? Did you tell anybody? Did the flight attendant sue him? Like, maybe you can say those things. And she would say, I don't know. Well, the answer is no. The answer is she didn't sue him. You know what I mean? I was reading online that Heard used her ex-assistant's blank story, I can't say that word, by the way, as her own story. Oh, yes. Yes, I remember that. Is that the bottle story? Or was that changed? I remember hearing that she had stolen the R story from her assistant. The assistant also testified in this case saying the same thing, that Amber stole her blank story. Jesus. Hello, I'm camping right now. It's a miracle I got a signal. Well, thank you for being here, Dragon Pisces. Thank you. Enjoy the camp. Hopefully no incidents like Johnny Depp stuff happens there. Read her like a book. I even think the Moon Knight show was solid, but Daredevil is better. I gotta watch the season finale. I only have episode 6 left. Is it true that Amber used a full quote from the movie? So I don't know. Like, I haven't had time to literally go back. I found stuff that was close. I think the answer that I'm the most confident in saying is that script thing that people are spreading, including, I think I even sent it to somebody myself. The script that has, like, word for word, I don't think that's real. I think that was made up. She does get close, and the cutting off your hand to not lay it, that's a line from a movie. That's a line. But the really long quote from the Mr. whatever, Ripley's, that one I don't think actually happened. But she gets close. I mean, a lot of these quotes are very close to it. You're cutting off your hand to not lay it on somebody, that line, whatever she said, that is word for word a line from a movie. So... And maybe she didn't take it from a movie. Maybe that's just a common line. And Johnny Depp does talk in poems and poetry like. So maybe, but it is odd. I mean, she steals everything. It's not hard to imagine that she steals stories from people. She steals personalities from people, and she also steals lines from people because she can't do it her own. Let's see. Thank you all for being here, by the way. I'm glad they've got this week to prepare. Yeah. It was already easy to get her on the other story, but yeah, I mean, with this week, with a whole 10 days to prepare, I mean, here's the thing though, there's no excuse. So like, they need to get her good. Like, I want tears, light tears, but not too much, right? Because you can't make it seem like she's getting bullied too badly, but I want every single goddamn story broken down. Okay. You have to, because you can't take the risk that the jury immediately doesn't believe her. You know what I mean? I want to believe the jury are not morons. Okay, I want to believe that, and that the jury can kind of see through her stories. But you probably shouldn't assume that, especially if you're his legal team. So how you combat? And by the way, this is nothing against the jury. I hope They are good people. You know what I mean? But you can't assume that. You have to assume maybe at worst that they're in the middle, or maybe at worst that they're on her side. So you need to just start to take a sledgehammer and hit every single story. You gave him a knife. You gave the man who was so violent against you a knife, a very big, sharp knife. Why? Why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like every single, you knew the op-ed was about Johnny, didn't you, Amber? We have your we have your emails on it. Don't try and squirm around this, Amber. That's going to be the best part. I wonder how much her side will even talk to her about the op-ed, because it's not going to be good. You know what I mean? Because like all the answers are very well documented. So like anything she says, oh, I didn't know it was about Johnny. We weren't trying to make it about Johnny. No, you did. You did, and we have the files to prove it. So it's going to be so easy to disprove. You should probably shut up and just not even talk about it, to be honest. I wonder what they're going to do with her with that. Kate Moss. Yeah, why can't I? Is that what I said? Yeah, I think I said Kate Moss. Yeah, that'll be funny I think Kate Moss thing has to do with the UK child deposition. Oh, they weren't allowed to use anything from there until she mentioned it. Oh, so she opened the doors. Ah. I watch your other channel, but I don't know your audio is low compared to this channel. Really? Well, sometimes when I'm live streaming or sometimes when I'm showing my face, the audio level is statistically different than when I record just my voice, not my face, because I use a different program. So there is a difference. Yes. I honestly don't see Warner Bros. Reshooting anything on a movie that probably almost halfway through post by now. I'm hoping for a recast for Aquaman 3. Here's the thing, though. People don't care. People are going to be very mad if she's in Aquaman 2. So if you're Warner Bros., you can look at it. You can look at it a couple different ways. If you're Warner Bros., you can look at it and say, well, we could keep her in it and just pray. Pray that the 10 minutes doesn't make people that upset. The answer to, or the response to that is not going to be good. Okay, so that's one. The second thing you could do is say, well, we'll recast her now and we'll just delay it because it won't be that bad, and we will actually probably make money off of this deal, off of doing this. You know what I mean? It may actually work better from us. Is there even a third option? We're going to get... Here's the thing, though. If you know you're going to get rid of her in the third movie, right? If you're that mindset, if you're saying, oh, you're done. Like, you're done, but we're going to keep you in Aquaman 2. So you're an abuser. You destroyed Johnny Depp's life. You lied. You got caught. You're an evil person. And, you know, we don't really want you on Aquaman 3, so we're totally done with you. But here's the good thing. We're going to keep you for 2. Do you know how bad that sounds? You know, and I'm not saying that, like, mean to attack, you know, anybody who thinks like that. But if you do think about it like that, you know what I mean? It just... And if you put that to anybody, what kind of hypocrisy does that show about WB, right? It's like, well, we hate you, and we know you're bad, and we know people don't like you, and we know we should reshoot with you because we're actually going to get rid of you for the next movie, but we'll keep you anyway for this one because money. And guess what? Money is what they're going to end up losing. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I heard Doctor Strange 2 was bad. No, I don't think it was bad. I hope they don't take it too easy on her. I think she knows she's going to lose the case. Yeah, I mean, you got to just, again, it's got to be hardcore. I don't know, you can't be afraid to make her cry. You know what I mean? I mean, she's already cried. So at this point, maybe you do want to make her cry, because if you make her cry real tears, you'll see the difference. To be honest with you, though, here's what's most likely going to happen. You're going to see the other personality that she holds within her, okay? Because we know by the deposition of 2016, we know how she acts when she gets ticked off, and it's a completely different person. So they probably want to show the jury, hey, did you see that sob fest? That's not actually her. Here, you want to see the real her? Here, Amber, come here. Look here. Okay, go. You know what I mean? Like, just wave a key like a dog, and then she'll change into her true form. That's probably what they want to do. And I think that actually makes a lot of sense, right? Say, hey, what you saw 2 weeks ago, that wasn't real. We'll show you the real her. Hey, Amber, why are you a lying, idiot? And you tick her off from there. So we'll see. I read she had JD pics all over in her room when she was a teenager. Yeah, she did. That was a well-known article. Let me just quickly ask you guys, if you're new here or if you're whatever, you don't actually have to be new here. Hit the like button. Helps the video out, or helps the live stream out, I should say, quite a bit. I appreciate you all being here. a lot. I think she loved the idea of dating someone like Johnny, not Johnny so much. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, somebody, yeah, and I love the idea that they're trying to make him an offender of a sort. Again, I have to use my words wisely, right? When it's on YouTube, I like how they're trying to make him an offending kind of person in terms of going after younger people. But if you look at her boyfriends, they are all substantially older. I think he's the oldest and the biggest gap in between. But everybody, James Franco, which I will consider that a relationship. Elon Musk, I forget the girl who she domestically abused, which again is not funny. It's hypocrisy that I'm laughing at. I'm not laughing at the situation. I just want to make that clear for people that are maybe new that think I'm nuts, which I am. So yeah, I don't remember her name. I should, because I've been following this for a while at this point, but she's older than her too. Dark Nightmare, what's up? Yeah, she made her 6th Star Wars movie, and I was doing her sequel trilogy. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she comes back years later. She's like, we need to add on, and everybody's like, no, please don't. And then she does the first one. She does 7, and it's pretty okay, but it starts to be a little shaky, and people are like, all right, I don't know. And then she makes Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and it's just bad. And then they're like, please, Amber, stop telling new stories. She says, no, wait, I got one more. The Rise of Skywalker, and then that's what you get. I really like Doctor Strange 2. Felt yeah, I liked it. I don't know if I really liked it. Amber is living in a false reality world that she made up where she's right. Well, here's the thing. I wanted to ask. Now, Nick Rekieta only answers super chats, which I get it when you have as many people watching him as you do. I wanted to ask, so when you're in a court case like this, does Amber admit to her team the truth? Like, that she's lying, and then they just try to make it all seem as good as it. And I don't think that's the answer. I think the legitimate answer is she believes in her mind these things. She knows she's lying, but maybe she believes it, or maybe she lies to the lawyers, right? And she says, okay, I mean, I was abused. And in her mind, she's like, actually, I was the abuser, but we're going to forget that. And you guys are going to help me prove it. And then they're like, all right, well, give us the evidence. And she's like, well, that's the thing. I have a lot of stories. I can say that I said a lot of things, but I can't actually prove a lot. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. Do you think those Photoshop pictures of her fake tears are real? I think she cried once. I think there was one tear on her left eye, one time that I saw. None of the other ones I thought were real. I hope they can get her irritated at least once in the face of her lies falling apart. Oh, they will. I mean, they will. They will. It's not going to be hard at all. The assistant says she was brutally, while being threatened with a machete. But if she's claiming Amber stole her story, then it would make sense the bottle was used during that. So it was a bottle instead of machete. She swapped the object. In Amber's opening statement, she literally admitted to writing the op-ed. See, well, that's the thing. That one's odd because I don't know if you're supposed to read into that more. Because what actually happened, right? Because it was really like the ACLU wrote the whole thing, right? And then she added her own stuff. But is that the truth or is that the lie? Like, which one are we trying to prove? I know she said she wrote the op-ed, but was that an honest mistake or like a mess up? What are they trying to? I don't even think they need to prove who wrote it. They just need to prove that they knew it was about Johnny Depp and that it was a lie and it was to destroy his career. That's it. So yeah. Every day that stuff like this trial happens, it just adds to the trust issues I have for dating marriage. This is why I'll probably play it safe and always stay single. Yeah, that's it's tough. I mean, this is what I keep every single week. Right, I say this. This hurts real, and I mean, and I can only speak from like a male perspective of like hoping that this has some sort of ramifications for like actually like evidence and stuff. I can't speak from this from like a domestic, but I've seen a lot of people, whether it's in chat or whether it's in comments of my videos. I mean, I've seen people that say I was in this relationship and that's not how it works, or whatever. You see it on Twitter every day, TikTok every day. I mean, this hurts those people. Like, and so even people that are the most one-sided politically, I think you can kind of find common ground because this affects everybody. You know what I mean? This hurts. There should never be a thing about just believing somebody just because in the first place, especially gender, race, whatever. But it also is the people that actually are in these situations that Amber is just talking and stealing their stories. Then you don't know, like, is that going to hurt those people in the future? And that sucks. You don't want that. Oh, thank you, Izumi. I appreciate it. What a sticker. Thank you so much. Yeah, Podcast Now Plus is for all my links, by the way, my second channel, my Twitter, if you guys want to follow my Twitter. We also have Patreon and YouTube memberships. So you can give $2 or $5 a month. They're all in the description if you guys ever want to check any of my other stuff out. I'm active on everywhere, so it's not like I'm sending you to a dead place. Isn't it mental disorder that the first psychologist said she has the personality disorder that says a person will assume? Yeah. So Amber, we literally heard from, and it's Dr. Curry, by the way. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying it maliciously. No, Dr. Curry literally said she diagnosed Amber with these disorders, and part of one of the disorders is she will adopt personality traits or stories, both actually, from other people. And when she tells stories, they will be vivid. They will be like really intense, lots of exaggeratory words. But then the stuff around the stories, the timelines won't work. What have we seen by Amber? Literally she's just proving Dr. Curry's point because she's stealing abuse victim stories, their narratives, their, whatever you want to say, their personality. Oh, I was the one to leave, not Johnny. I left the conversation every time. Okay, so you do that. And then what have we seen from her stories? Oh, well, I don't know which day, we had a lot of fights. The fight probably happened the day you're talking about, Elaine. I don't know for sure, though. I don't really remember. Also, did I tell you I didn't feel pain in any of the times he hit me? I just was, astonished. She tells these very vivid stories, but her timeline's messed up. She can't, you know what I mean? And it's everything that we heard 5-6 days before. It's perfect. She made the point for her. This video was evidence submitted in the UK trial, and it's totally different from what she said on YouTube. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard abuse claims, Australia's bloody aftermath, new uncensored audio. I've seen her mad faces. Yeah, thing is, you're not really making her cry. I don't think she cries often, not real tears. It'll be her trying to make herself look like a victim in yet another scenario. But the thing is, when she tells the story and she gets all, down and stuff, she has to answer these questions that's going to be presented to her. So she can't. You don't sound like a victim when you can't answer questions and your stories keep changing and people keep calling you on your lies and showing you evidence that you are lying currently. That stuff can't be happening, and you also try to present yourself as a victim. You know what I mean? Those two things don't match. So as long as they're getting her, you don't let her talk. You just say, nail. Why are you lying, Amber? Where's this person, Amber? Where's the evidence? Where's your injuries? Just hit her one after the other. Don't let her talk. The story stuff is over. I'm done listening to her talk for 10 hours, okay? I'm through with it, and I don't want to hear it anymore. So let me just – and maybe she thought the same thing for Johnny, right, where it's like, Johnny, can you please shut up? You're telling these stories. You're making people like you even more than they are. People already love you. Then you're telling this story as if you're just like an average person, even though you're one of the greatest Hollywood actors to ever live. You're kind of making it very difficult to beat you here, right? And it's like, yeah, well, you're screwed. Alex, I discovered your channel because of the trial, but now I'm liking a lot of your content like Scream, Kingdom Hearts, Gotham Knights, Until Dawn. Thank you. Well, honestly, I hope everybody does that. The thing is, I cover so much, and I'm fully aware. I'm not stupid. I'm fully aware when the trial is done, a lot of the people that came for the trial are they may not unsubscribe, but they will be kind of like dead subscribers. They won't watch the other content. I have been around a long time. I understand YouTube, and I get it. But my hope is maybe you like Pirates of the Caribbean. Maybe you like movies. Maybe you like a couple different games. And guess what? I cover it all. So I want you in for the Johnny Depp stuff, and I hope to keep you through the other content. And obviously there's people that have been with me for years that are watching the Johnny Depp stuff, so they kind of know what I do. If she really had sexual or other cuts from glass or other injuries, she would have reported it and really had a case. Yeah, if your feet were cut, and what was it, potentially criminal? Is that the guy who's got like the gray beard that's on Nick Rekieta's stream? I think he said it, or maybe it was a super chat. I laughed out loud. They said, oh no, what's his name? John McClane from Die Hard. That's how her feet would have been, and I just laughed. Like when I thought, remember Die Hard when he's crawling through and all this stuff, and there's just glass sticking out of his feet. That's what Amber described. Okay, so unless she is John McClane, shut up, please stop. And I assume her lawyers were saying, Amber, you, that's impossible to prove that happened. Please stop saying you stepped on glass that was everywhere, because the pictures, they don't show glass everywhere. How did you slip on wine? Did you pick the glass shards from your feet? Then she said she got cut up in her arms. Oh my God, Amber, please stop. Where are the cuts? Where's the cuts? You were photographed 3 days later. There's nothing. Stop, Amber, please. And that's her lawyers, not me. Amber can keep talking for me. She showed a lack of compassion for a person with injuries. She showed a lack of everything with a person with injuries. Tassia. Yeah. Tassia. I'm probably saying that right. There's no way I'm saying it right. I'm probably saying it wrong. Hey, Kyan. Oh, God, I always say your freaking name wrong. Kyan? God damn it. Was Spider-Man and Doctor Strange... Well, I feel like that would be a spoiler either way, so I won't say it just to preserve some spoilers. Not saying yes or no. If she's proven to be lying under oath, can she face jail time? I think if it's perjury, yes, but like if you just impeach her, they impeached Johnny Depp, you know what I mean? So if you just impeach her, that's not jail. She should be in jail, but in a civil suit, no charges are brought for lying. Yeah, there you go. There's a good answer. I think she believes it's justified for her. Like button, y'all. Thanks. Yes, hit the like button, everybody, please. Amber used tissue with Vicks on it and still no tears. Oh, my God. Do you think Amber Heard was snorting coke in her tissues on the stand? So I've seen that. I mean, that would be very difficult to prove. You know what I mean? So while I'd love to believe it, trust me, nothing more would make me happier to know that she was snorting on stand. I just don't know how you'd prove that. You know what I mean? I think that's just how I think she's nuts. And that's just kind of, you know what I mean? That's all. It kind of seems lame, but actress, you can believe anything. What? I don't know what the question is. I don't believe somebody because they're male. I don't believe somebody because they're female. I'll believe you if you have evidence. That's my answer. The question, the lawyer for ACLU asked her about being brought up her relationship with Johnny. Yeah, I mean, they got the ACLU stuff. I mean, they did good. They did good. It was a little boring, and even some of the agent stuff was a little boring, but that's important. I mean, you need to nail the ACLU stuff. You need to nail that he lost Pirate 6. You're not going to get Sean Bailey to come up and say, yeah, we had a promise, and then we broke the promise because we thought he was an abuser. That's never going to happen, right? So you need to just find any other backdoor way to prove he lost Pirate 6. And we all know he lost Pirate 6 because of it. You just have to prove to her moron lawyers. That's all. Amber Turd's career is over. Agreed. Before it was written, they just thought they could get by without mentioning his name. Yes. It seems like it'll be really hard to prove who wrote the title of the op-ed. I wonder how Johnny's team will do that. Again, you don't need to. I do probably believe it was the Washington Post that wrote it, but you don't need to prove it because Amber, again, as Ben Chu brilliantly said, she adopted the name when she retweeted it. Now, he said Instagram. He really has to get his story straight, but it was on Twitter. So when she retweets it and she says, hey, here's an article that I was a part of, you've adopted that article. That article is yours from that perspective. So whatever the title was in that retweet, which they have, that's the title. And that was that really bad one that the Washington Post wrote. But it doesn't matter who wrote it. It matters that she adopted the article entirely, which she did. That's all you need. Assistant was held by machete, but they may have used bottles in her. They didn't use knife in her. Well, if they used a machete in her, that would have been, that could have been made into a movie of some kind. It hurts the Me Too movement, and yes, it'll hurt real victims. Yeah, and that sucks. I mean, like I said, I'm not a victim, but that doesn't mean I don't sympathize with people that are in this. And trust me, if Amber's stories are true, like, those people need to be brought to justice, right? You need to tell on them. They need punishment, but it needs to be true. Like, that's it. You can't just say it happened. You can't just come out and say something happened. You can't, because guess what? Every couple fights, maybe not physically, but every couple has issues. You can probably find a bad text in everybody's phone. And this, by the way, it could go political too, right? In terms of like canceling somebody for what they said 10 years ago. You can find something bad on anybody if you search through everything and you search long enough, right? Where do we draw the lines? What's evident? I mean, obviously for this is a little bit different, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, a husband can tell on his wife any day of the week. A wife can tell on the husband any day of the week. It needs to be consistent. It needs to be actually real. And then you have to have proof. You have to. Why would we be innocent until proven guilty? And Johnny Depp was guilty until proven innocent, which is disgusting because that's not how it works, or how it should work, or how legally it works. But of course, people are dumb. And by people, I kind of mean not society. I guess people who run society, or like the entertainment industry for this specific example. It's bad. Her brain is racing due to the devil's dandruff in her tissue. Subscribe to your second channel. Thank you. Dr. Curry. They should have a permanent camera on Dr. Curry. Yeah. We see you drinking that pink water, Amber. That's why she can't keep a story straight. Yeah. Christy showed me that video. I don't know what Amber's drinking in there. Something. She's probably allegedly borderline personality. I believe that. I believe she has that. Johnny Depp should win. Vicks on a Kleenex to make your eyes water. Actress trick. Oh, that's funny. Cannot fix that. Hello, Alex. Hello, Portal player. Bruce Willis is the actor that plays John. Yeah, Bruce Willis. Why couldn't I remember his name? I like Bruce Willis. And I'm sorry about his the condition that he had to retire. Do you think her lawyers believe her? Yes. If she sold it on, again, like, I don't know I want to ask Nick that, but I have to super chat him, which means I have to spend money. I'm a stickler for money. I like to save money. Maybe I'll give him like a $5 super chat one day. No, I want to ask the question. Like, I assume she told them her version that she conceived in her head, and that's why there's a lot of holes, and that's why there's a lot of non-evidence. Like, there's nothing to prove it. But I think she knows she's lying, but she told them that she was abused. And then they said, okay, we'll build a case around that. That's what I think. And I think they believe her, yeah. I do. The only injury she has was from her higher self telling her to bite her lip, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the hair. Did you remember the hair? She said, here's the picture of where my hair was ripped out. Where was it ripped out, Amber? And again, like, how do you even say that if you're Camille, if you're, his side? It's like, Amber, I don't know how to tell you this, but looking at the picture of your head, there's no hair ripped out, sweetheart. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you tell somebody that on stand? I don't know. But it's like, no hair was ripped. Maybe you went like this and you cut it, and which is most likely what she did, almost 100% exactly what she did. She took hair from the middle of her head, she raised it up, and she cut across. That's all she did. Now, how do you... I hope somebody with a brain just realizes that. But again, if they don't realize it, then you have to make them realize it. I don't know. I have mates who make things up on the spot. They can't help themselves. Well... There's a difference between slightly exaggerating or getting flustered and then somebody who did this on purpose, that wanted to ruin his life, that wanted to pocket money and never thought she'd be caught. That's who we're dealing with. You know what I mean? So that's different. This is somebody who never wanted to be in this situation. She prayed and hoped that he would never catch her. She prayed and hoped that she could just stomp him down, take the $7 million, give nothing to the ACLU, have Elon Musk give to the donation instead of her, keep the money, and also be praised, not necessarily as an actress because she knows she can't act, but as a figurehead of the Me Too movement. That's who we're dealing with here, right? You know what I mean? That's the difference. Did anyone else see Amber sniffling powdered sugar on the stand? Yeah, I think it was flour. The bottle thing is literally in Gone Girl. Yeah, I saw that. I saw people say that. That's again, I laugh not out of, I think people get it. I laugh not out of, I think it's funny that it happens to people. I laugh out of the hypocrisy that she believes that story could be true. to her. Like, it's hilarious to me that she tells that story and hopes that people buy it because it's not working. If JD wins the case, do you think Amber will work in Hollywood again? No. I think she'll pursue online media OnlyFans and make bank from all this publicity. I don't know who would do it. She's just unlikable. But OnlyFans obviously has its people that I'm sure. For an actress, she's a pretty bad liar. She's not good. I mean, she's not a good actress. That's her most fatal flaw. If she was like a Johnny Depp level actor, or, I mean, just pick an actor or actress that you really think is good, then she probably would be able to get away with it because she'd be able to put on an act. Maybe you'd be able to tell she's acting versus her real life, but she's just not a good actress. Like, she's not good in Aquaman. I mean, she's easily the weakest part. So that's her biggest flaw. On the stand, she looks like Stepford wife. What? I don't know what that is. Johnny Depp is a walking W. Agreed. Just got to convince the jury. Amber Heard's lawyers actually already know. Maybe. Jerry Bruckheimer should have shown up and backed Depp in trial. The issue with that, I think if the entertainment industry in Hollywood wasn't a corrupt scumbag organization, I think he would have. Because I think there's genuine love from Jerry to Johnny. I believe that. And I fully believe he has tried as much as he possibly can to get him into Pirate 6. I think he's probably always fought for him. I think right now he's probably smirking and maybe writing notes to himself saying, or like sarcastically talking into a mirror to Sean Bailey and said, "See, I told you so. I told you it was her that did it, not him." You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of who he is. But he just wouldn't. He would never get up on the stand because he would, if you have to tell the truth, and again, if Hollywood wasn't a corrupt organization, he would throw Disney under the bus so quickly, and Disney would never let that happen. And so work backwards, Disney would never let him go on the stand, so he could never destroy them on the stand. You know what I mean? And maybe he also is not the greatest person, and maybe maybe I worded that wrong. He probably also, in his heart, doesn't want to throw certain executives at Disney under the bus, which I guess I understand. At the same time, I guess I also don't understand, right? So it's a tough spot. But yeah, if they had Jerry or even Sean Bailey, honestly, either one of them would have been enough. But there's just no way. There's no way that could ever happen. And that sucks. That sucks. That's why I said, again, you have to kind of go back alleyways. That's what that lawyer, Christian Carano, is that his name? Where he was like, we kind of knew, like we knew. Unspoken rule. There's an unspoken rule in Hollywood. Once that happened, Johnny was out. Oh, well, did you try to get him back in? No, because there's everybody knows. Everybody's on the same page in Hollywood. When something like this happens, you're done. There's no begging for your career back. You're finished, right? And everybody knows that. And again, it's like, well, you have to put that in the legal, you have to put that in court. How do you say that in court? People are smart enough, I think, to get it, though. God, I hope so. That would have been, yes. If Johnny Depp was truly the victim of abuse, I hope this case will bring an awareness of the fact that men do suffer from abuse from women. Most never report it because people don't want to believe them. Yeah. Also, I don't think it's not the ists word in the slightest. I think a general thing with men, too, is they probably don't want to say it, too, out of almost pride. You know what I mean? Almost an animalistic, or you kind of like going back in time mentality where it's like, I don't want people to know that my wife or my girlfriend or whatever hits me. You know, that I'm the victim. I'm a man. I'm a man. You know what I mean? And that's not in an ists kind of, I don't want to say the full word for YouTube. It's not taking it from that perspective, or like that I'm that. I'm just saying I think part of that is in it, where I think generally people don't believe men nowadays, so why would men speak up? Which again is, I don't want it to go in reverse. But the thing is, that's what it was. Originally, it was we don't believe women. Now it's we don't believe men. You can't, to fix one side, you don't swing to the complete other. You know what I mean? That's not how you should do it. How about you just have evidence, and then we'll believe whoever. You could be whatever you want, and we'll believe you, right? That's all you need. All right, I'm going to try to read a little bit faster. We'll try to wrap it up in another 10 minutes or so. Leave a like if you guys do like this stuff. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my second channel. All that stuff is in the description below if you guys want to check it out. I'll keep reading. We'll keep going for a little bit longer, and we'll go from there. Oh, So like next week there won't be. I actually have a Johnny Depp video on Sunday, but next week Monday through, unless something happens, then I'll cover it. But I'll probably not do anything. And then the following Monday when the trial starts, daily videos, and then those 2 Fridays I'll live stream. I want to live stream the verdict, and at the very least I want to record my reaction to the verdict. So we'll see I'll have to know what day and time that happens to know what I'll do, but I'll let you guys know. But I definitely am going to record my face somehow when they say who wins, you know what I mean? Do you have the video where Amber Heard psychologist hides her documents in a green folder? I don't have it, but I've seen it. Yeah. I believe she was after him from the get-go, but wasn't good enough. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like there was a point probably early on where she did love him, and maybe there's not any negative things there, and then maybe she realized it as she went along. Maybe she knew from the beginning. Definitely possible. 204 people watching, please hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. If she lied to her lawyers, then she's dumb. I just don't know. I don't know what is the common thing to do. I've never been in that situation. I hope to never be. I'm a survivor, and I never get on the stand and say what happened so easily. They would have to pull it out of me, and even then, I don't believe I could do it. Yeah, see, there you go. I've seen a lot of that. I've seen, and the PTSD that she fakes, and her person said that she actually does have, it comes in weird ways, and people have said, hey, I have PTSD, or I have PTSD in some way, right? Or I suffered it because of this abuse, and if I talk about it, I'm right back there. The memory is so vivid in terms of what happened, but I also start to freak out. She's not freaking out. She has complete control. She goes up and down. She does. She has an up and down kind of mentality, but she controls the whole thing. She can pull herself back. Another thing that's just so obvious, and again, the jury can't see this, which is so dumb. She will look. She'll look around, right? You've probably seen the videos, right? She'll be crying, and she'll go like that just for a second, 1 second. She'll be crying. She'll look at the jury to see whatever their reaction is, and then she'll pull back or go more. And she's done that 20, 30 times. I mean, she does it in every single story, right? So it's she's faking it. She has control over herself. And maybe it sounds weird, right? That, you shouldn't have control over yourself. Well, that's what would actually happen if you were in that situation. You know what I mean? And I don't know that from me. I know that because people tell me that if you're in that situation, you would start actually panicking. You would probably have a panic attack or whatever. You wouldn't be able to control your crying or whatever. You almost be hysteric. And and she doesn't do any of that. She makes it up. And that person, that feminist, the one that's so biased that just thinks all girls are abused and all male are abused, honestly, shame on her. Amber's the story here, but that person should not have the position she had. I mean, surely she shouldn't. That is a bad person in that position and a dangerous person because of the narrative I hate that kind of mindset that she has. And of course, you should expect it from anybody on Amber's side, from her lawyers to that person. But it just makes me mad. I also hate it when she brings up his kids. Oh, I'm a savior to Lily Rose. Oh, Lily Rose loved me. When Johnny left her on the side of the road when it was pouring rain out, I took her and we had a mom-daughter day. And she just loves me. It's shut up. You don't know his kids. In fact, his kids hate you. You know it. They know it. We know it. Don't try it. You know what I mean? Who are you trying to convince? All right. I'm really going to rapid fire. Her lawyers were money hungry and want 15-minute fame, most likely. Some women wicked and lie. Agreed. It's sad that people are trying to fight against double standards and injustice, creating more double standards and injustice. Feminism. Agreed. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Christian. How goes you? I'm good. How about you? She's totally delusional. In my opinion, that picture where she said her nose is broken is really fake. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can just look at people and people are posting it on Twitter. Hey, here's what a real broken nose looks like. It's gigantic. It's 5 times the size it should be. It's all black everywhere around your lip, your upper lip. Amber did not have a broken nose. Again, let's be freaking real. I'm still laughing at her having to act like she's crying and that she needs tissues to get people on her side. Yeah, it's funny. I saw a rumor that Amber isn't paying for her lawyers. Is that true? Yeah, I think a foundation is paying. Somebody linked to her is paying. I actually don't think it's her, which is disgusting. But we know that because they're all in on it. The ACLU backs her up. The ACLU is a corrupt organization. It's just, you can't sue them because they have judges in their pockets. They have the entertainment industry in their pockets. You can't go after them. You should be able to go after them because that organization should burn, but you can't. And that's disgusting. But you know what? People see it. People know. So whatever. She needed a rep for herself after being sued, so she had to come up with something, hoping that people would just believe her against a Hollywood celebrity. Amber Heard is a crappy actress. All I need is to check out Gone Girl. Yeah. All Johnny needs to do was talk normally to get emotional, and Amber can't shed a tear. Yeah, Johnny just tells the stories. That's it. He just tells the stories. And you believe him. $540 per hour for her head lawyer. Is that Roddenborn? Is that how much he charges? Not going to lie, everyone knows the only good thing she did in Aquaman was look good. It's just not a nice thing to say out loud. Oh, yeah. She got Aquaman because she's pretty. That was back then. That was the only reason. Mr. Roddenborn. Are you getting Sniper Elite 5? I hope to. Not a guarantee, but hope to. Got any Funkos recently? No, but my birthday is at the end of June, and I'm going to have a list of Funkos that I'll tell my wife if she wants to get me them. Some Yu-Gi-Oh ones. I liked her in Aquaman. She was a good Mara. It's a shame that she had to cause all this chaos. I don't know. She looked good, like she resembled her. I don't know if I don't think she was a good actress, though. She even posted for a photo in the middle of the testimony. That was hilarious in all the wrong ways. Also, she didn't even get eyed for the role of Mara or anything. Johnny basically admitted that he said the whole... Yeah, we've known that. I mean, that's kind of a... what would be the word? Like an extended canon. Like something, you know what I mean? Like the lore is established, but like then somebody drops, hey, did you know a fun fact about this part of the lore? And that's that. Johnny was like, yeah, she is in Aquaman, but do you know how she got the role? Well, actually, that's me. I got her the role. You think if Amber Heard loses, she'll appeal the case? No, because she's done. She'd be done. Because at what point, you have to take the L. You know what I mean? The public hates you. You're going to get blacklisted from Hollywood. You're a liar. The whole everybody hates you kind of covers a wide umbrella. You know what I mean? And then you lost the court case. Like, you're done. You're done. There's nothing for you to accomplish here. You can't make up new evidence. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? So you'd be screwed. She could become a online media star, but I don't know. Like, who wants to accept her into their group? What Me Too advocate, what feminist advocate, which of these people want to have Amber Heard as part of their group? Because she's bad for everybody. That's the thing. Anyone know what the verdict will be in? I asked that question earlier. The closing arguments is Friday let me look at the calendar. Friday the 27th. 3 weeks today. Dear God. I can't believe it's 3 weeks away. 3 weeks today is the closing argument. And then I don't know if the verdict comes in that day or the next week, but the Monday is Memorial Day, so they wouldn't have court. So it would be the Tuesday, the 31st. So it's either the 27th or the 30th. Or I don't know how it works. Does the jury deliberate for like weeks? Do they give the verdict in weeks later? I don't know the answer to that. So no playing Evil Dead the game for live stream. No, I am. Next Friday, I'm gonna live stream Evil Dead the game. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll live stream Johnny Depp stuff every other week, but that next Friday is gonna be Evil Dead. There's a wild story from Kevin Costner. Yes, I saw the Kevin Costner story. That's a great one. Chris, I remember taking a lot of sleeping pills. Not a lot, like 2, which is a lot for me, but can remember every detail of everything else. She also, the MDMA pills that Johnny took, which, by the way, if you take like a couple, as in 2, you're completely off the face of the earth. From what I've been told, I don't take them. And Amber said he took 8 to 10. 8 to 10 of these pills that you need like 2 for, and then you will lose your mind. You won't speak English. You won't be coherent. You'll be on another planet. And he took 8 to 10 of them. And that was the night that the bottles, the whole floor, it was literally from Die Hard. He cut his own finger off. Somehow he managed that while on 8 to 10 of these pills. What a nut job. No more muffin talk in this case? Maybe it'll be brought back. Why are JD attorneys so happy that Amber Heard mentioned Kate Moss? I think from what other people have told me, it opens the door to something that she said in the UK. Did you see where she stopped with the tissue on her face for a photo op? Yes, I did. Yeah, it can include Kate Moss now. Yeah, okay, that's it. Oh, bring in the domestic violence situation with her ex-wife. I'm sure there's plenty of things she can do. I appreciate you taking the time to stream. Hope Johnny wins. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, Rottenborn. Man, he makes a lot of money, I'm sure. She should. The sexist psychologist should have her license taken away. The cross-exam will bring out lies. Amber Heard should do jail. Why is New York Post, Washington Post, CNN trying to make her look good? Because they lose their entire thing is Me Too. That's a huge portion of them, right? They built everything off of this, that we need to believe women, that women cannot be doubted, that they are immediately true. And then when the pioneer of that movement or one of the mascots is Amber Heard and all this stuff comes out, when you're CNN, you can't back off the story. You literally have to die by the blade. You have to die by that story. You can't when does anybody ever admit they do anything wrong in media? Any media, left, right, middle. When does any media admit that they lied to you or admit that they messed up? Never. So CNN is never going to admit it. You have to keep going. You have to say, no, he's a demon. He did. Look at all this stuff. Can you believe her stories? Actually, yes, we can. He did all that stuff to her. He's awful. And people are like, no one's buying it. And CNN's like, but you have to buy it. And that's it. Doing drugs on the stand. Yeah, I did see that. I don't think she actually did, to be honest. That was the head canon until Johnny confirmed. Yeah, I love the canon talk. Oh, my God. I'm late, but did you hear the Australia audio already? I think so. Is it new or is it old? I'll have to look. She had onion juice in the tissues. It wasn't Coke. Watch the video I sent you as proof the Amber Heard legal team are committing tons of fraud right now in front of cameras. I will. Did you send it like on Twitter? Lawyer Ben Roddenborn. Ben Born Rodden. will not win this case. Yeah, the Amber Heard petition is almost at 4 million now. It's at 3 point almost 7. I think I checked this morning. The issue with because the bringing back Johnny Depp to Pirates is also a big one, but there's like 8 different petitions. The problem with people with that one is for like you make one petition and then you just blow it up. You know what I mean? Like the Amber Heard from Aquaman, there's the one petition. It's going to hit 4 million. It's probably going to hit 5. That's the one. The bringing back Johnny for Pirates, one of them is over 700,000. Another one is at 430,000. I saw like 4 others that are almost at 5,000. So there's too many of them for his stuff. You just have to have one. Bring him back for Pirates 6 and then get that to 2 to 5 million. And you easily would be able to. People just didn't plan that well, in my opinion. Now, I don't plan change.org things. Do you think Aquaman 2 is in trouble now? Will there be any backlash? I do. Both. Your partnership is perfect. Mainstream media is sticking up for Believe All Women. Yep. Oh, you kind of worded it weirdly in my opinion. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I'm not taking a break from YouTube. There's videos every day. Next Friday, I will live stream. It'll be a game, though, which I assume many of you will not care to watch the game, and that's okay. The week after, 2 Fridays from now, I'll be back Johnny Depp. 3 Fridays from now, I'll be back Johnny Depp. That's about as boiled down as it gets. All right. Magic Mike 3 minus Amber Heard. Amber Heard is destroying me too. Agreed. She was arrested for DUI in 2003 when she was 17. I heard about that. She also had a lot of warrants that she had to get fixed back in 2009, I believe. Not she got the warrants in 2009. She had to fix the warrants in 2009. I was happy when she admitted to writing the op-ed in the first 30 seconds. That was good. His brain would fry from hypothermia. I mean, it's just impossible. Yeah, I think you have to recast her. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Leave a like on your way out if you're here and you haven't liked yet. Make sure you're subscribed. Oh, my God, New York, thank you. Good thing I didn't end the live stream 5 seconds ago. Thank you. I appreciate it, New York. Kenneth, I appreciate you being here, though. I'll be back every Friday. All right, guys. Last little wrap up. Leave a like. I have Twitter. I have a second YouTube channel. Second YouTube channel is like entertainment stuff, news on games and movies. I reviewed Doctor Strange today, so things like that. Obviously, subscribe here. You know the gist. Twitter. Second channel said that. We have Patreon. We have YouTube memberships. If you want to throw a couple dollars every month, you get exclusive stuff back to you. That's fun. But more than anything, thank you. I mean that. I normally say thank you for watching at the end of videos, and I'm saying it now. But I appreciate it. You guys freaking rock. It's been awesome talking. I didn't expect it. I wanted to do a weekly recap. My plan for this was to do one recap, a video every Friday. That was it. And because of your support, I literally dedicate 7 hours of my life every day to watching this goddamn trial and then, talk about it. So I owe that to you. You guys help the channel by watching all that stuff. So thank you. I really, really mean that. It means more to certain people in terms of, Johnny Depp means something to them for they're in a domestic abuse situation or victims and all that stuff. I get, it means different things to people. For me, I like Johnny Depp a lot as a person. I love him as Jack, and for Pirates, that's kind of my main thing. And yeah, I feel like I speak pretty well to the topics, and you guys seem to really like it. So thank you. Thank you so much. That's all I got. That's my gist. Leave a like, follow me everywhere. Just put on all notifications, all that stuff. Like I said, Sunday there'll be a video. In 2 days there'll be a video. The whole of next week, no Johnny Depp stuff. I'm going to take a break mentally. And then when they come back on that Monday, we'll do videos every day. I am going to live stream next Friday. It'll be a game. I'm going to live stream in 2 weeks on Friday, and it'll be this again. Okay? So if you're only here for this, 2 Fridays from now. All right. Please don't take God's name in vain. No, I try to. I dropped. Whatever. I'm not going to go too much into it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a nice weekend, and we'll catch you all.